Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. And this, my darlings, is your first ever Tarot therapy session with me, all around manifesting abundance. Now, we're going to look at today how we can bring abundance into our lives, how we can bring in new experiences, and how we can bring in more of what we want. Now, this reading, like any therapy session, even though it's with tarot cards, this reading, like any therapy session, is really about increasing your awareness. It's about engaging with what you are doing, engaging with your actions, understanding where you're currently putting your energy and effort, and how to adjust and shift those things so that you can actually start to create and build and manifest the things that you want. Okay, so I've written a little intro just so that I don't miss anything. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you now the three questions that our cards are going to look at today. Okay, first of all, we're going to look at what does your current situation reveal about your deeper karma. So when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to abundance right now, if you're lacking, if you feel that you're lacking, what can your current situation tell you or reveal about what you need to be focusing on, about where you should be putting your attention? The second question is, how can you overcome the challenges that you're facing? So if you are experiencing lack, and we have been experiencing lack, how can we overcome these challenges? How can we release, and how can we make space for this manifestation and abundance to enter our lives? And then finally, where is your current path leading? Okay, so we can look at how, what's coming towards us because of the effort and energy that we're putting in. Okay, what steps along the path, what's the next step along the path? That's what 1, 2, 3 means. Okay, so excuse me. Now, collectively, these are issues that we're all facing right now, how to bring in new experiences. Now, but this is a timeless reading. It is inspired by some of the key astrology for this month, and is for anyone at any time who wants to expand and transform in this area. So our session today does include Reiki, everybody. So for those of you that wish to receive it, you can enjoy it during or after your tarot therapy, and I'll talk you through how to receive as we go. You can also choose not to receive Reiki, so that's fine if you don't want to receive that, and I'll explain how during. And I'll provide everyone with a short mantra to help you to shift your approach and bring in the blessings that you desire. So it is really the energy, the pain and the trauma of lack that we must learn to acknowledge and release. When we experience lack, when we constantly feel that we don't have enough of something, we create a space within ourselves of our emotional and physical and mental responses, and we never consider how this impacts on our ability to manifest. So this session is going to help us to tackle this in whatever area specifically lack affects you. So if it's lack of money, lack of friends, lack of love, lack of self-esteem, whatever area lack affects you, we're gonna learn to look at that today and release that and address that in this reading today. So notice how you're responding to the messages, because that is going to help to increase your awareness and ultimately help you to manifest in the way that you want to, okay, in the future. Okay. So my darlings, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling on camera, and then we'll just get straight into the reading. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, this is the card that wants to be at the base of the reading, and it is the Five of Swords. And I am laughing, and I'll tell you for why. Because last night, just after midnight, or this morning, I suppose, I did the Reiki session for this reading. Okay, so I have to perform a Reiki session, a full Reiki session. I have to meditate and create that space, and I did that yesterday, and I was, oh my gosh, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'll explain to you, I was about to say I'll explain to you how to connect and when it's going to be activated, but here we go. I was laughing because I almost forgot to connect the Reiki session to the reading, and I couldn't leave, and it said number 5. When we see a number 5, this is when we can activate the Reiki. And this is the first card, so that's why I'm laughing. So the card at the base of the reading is the 5 of Swords. This energy, this is about our awareness, with it being sword energy. I love the fact that this card has come up. Sword energy is all about our awareness, our engagement with our awareness, our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, and our communication. That is what the sword energy represents, our logic self. Now, as I said, currently, astrologically, this is a significant time. Mercury is currently retrograde in Aquarius. This is this energy. And when we see a number 5, we know that number 5s are about change. So if we think about it, this is about change in our awareness, a change in our perspective, a change in our thoughts. Very specifically, the 5 of Swords is believing one thing in our minds and our thoughts and saying another. Or saying one thing and believing another. So it's like there's many examples that I can give you, but one is to say, when you say out loud, you know, to your children, for example, or your friends, oh, I'm so angry, I'm really angry. But really inside you're not angry, or really inside you're not, you know, you feel calm, you feel okay, you feel chill. This is about shifting your awareness and connecting those two things. It's about what you're saying and what you're thinking matching up. And it's really interesting because the interesting thing about manifestation is that we can hold on to karma unwittingly. As I said, it's the feelings of lack that we need to release. So we can say, I'm happy with my situation, I'm fine with my situation, but really we know and we think and we understand in our minds that that is something that is not true, or that is something that doesn't really tell us ourselves the full story. So we have to start to engage with that awareness. So let's look at the first question first of all. Okay, so the first question, excuse me. What does your current situation reveal about your deeper karma? So we've got the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Devil. I'll give you like a headline and then I'll explain all the energies together. So these three energies represent perseverance. These three energies represent endurance. These three energies represent being committed to your feelings or to what you feel. And these three energies represent wanting to move forward with an understanding and a commitment to really truly what you're experiencing. So whether that's discomfort, whether that's joy, whether that's happiness, you still want to move forward. So what this tells me right now is that, and this is how I feel as well, and we should all be feeling like this, whatever time you're coming at this video, you're coming here because you feel like you need help with manifesting and you need help with creating abundance in your life. But for all of us now, because of the astrology of this time, and you can find out, if you're watching this on the day that I post it or around the time that I post it, you can find out the astrology for the month of March on my Instagram and on my Facebook, etc., and on YouTube. But what it seems is that we're at the sharp end of the wedge. Like things are it's uncomfortable, but we're still wanting to move forward. Things are hard or intense, but we're still wanting to move forward. We still have the energy and the motivation to want to move forward. We know that it's time for me to move, it's time for me to grow, it's time for me to manifest. What this shows is that beneath the surface, or your karma is about understanding that where your energy goes, where you put your energy, you can propel yourself forward. So let's look first of all at the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups energy, so it's all about our emotions, our emotional self and our intuitive self. It's about our non-physical self, about our divine feminine. The divine feminine, all the divine feminines are all about what we understand, what's internal, the wisdom, the impact of our previous experiences, what we learn from that, what we understand from that, what we carry from that. And this is what I talk about, the feelings of lack that we have, maybe the feelings of lack that we felt. So I never have enough money, I don't have enough friends, like, no, people don't respect me, like, people. And what happens with that, when we have all those feelings, is we store them in our emotional body, in our energetic self, and we hold on to them. And this, but with the Queen, what there is a maturity. With the Queen, what there is understanding. With the Queen, what there is wisdom. So this is showing that there's a wisdom and understanding coming through for you right now, or your current situation and the current discomfort, how hard it is for you to move forward, but you're still trying to move forward. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I've got no energy, I've got no money, but I'm still trying to move forward, I'm still trying to manifest. What this is telling me, this card here, this first card, the Queen of Cups, what it's saying is that you are starting to engage. You are starting to notice the feelings that you're having, they're giving rise to this motivation. They're giving rise to trying to understand. They're giving rise for you wanting to move forward, wanting to learn more, wanting to feel more, wanting to be able to create more and to make progress. Because we next have the Chariot energy. Now, this is number 7, my master number. Let's say it all together, people who watch Key Wisdom all the time. 7's my master number. I know this number well. I talk about it all the time, and I say that every time I get a number 7. And it is Cancer's card, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Cancer's card. And it's number 7. And number 7 is the number of mystery. It's a number of, if we look at the 7th chakra, the main chakra, the 7th of the main chakras, I should say, the affirmation for that is I am, I understand. And that's because 7 is the number of mysteries. It's an experience or an energy that forces us to ask questions, to forces us to engage, to forces us to constantly try to understand and to try to work out why I'm going this way, why I'm going that way, why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that. And you're in that position right now. Even though it's intense for some of us, even though it's intense for some of us, what we're feeling or what you're feeling is, again, still that I'm still not going to turn away from what I'm feeling. I'm still not going to turn away from what I'm experiencing. Yeah, it's hard. Like, yeah, it's challenging. Like, yeah, it's difficult. It's been intense. There's a lot of emotion because I've never had friends, because I've never had money, because I've never had anyone who loves me. There's a lot of emotion, but I'm wanting to work through that. That's what this energy shows. That's what these energies show. Because on here we have a representation of, if you will, yin and yang, a representation of divine masculine, divine feminine. That's what we have here. So we have a representation of our divine masculine, which is our sun, which is our actions, everything that we do, the things that we do out in the world, the experiences that we have out in the world, and our divine feminine, the impact that those experiences have, the things that they teach us, the wisdom that those experiences have taught me, what doors that opens for me, for my path. That's why it's important to listen to both sides of ourselves, because it helps to open our path, to show us, okay, well, I did that, it felt this way, so now I understand I might need to do things differently. Okay, I'm going to do things differently. Here's me doing things differently. How did that work out? Well, that worked out all right, actually. I feel more comfortable. I think we can continue with this. Okay, let's continue. That is how the Chariot works. Now, I know I like to be quite didactic in my approach, darlings, but 10 years of English teaching, I can't get it out of my system. I'm a natural born teacher. What can I say? But this is how the Chariot works, and this is how you move forward. Why did that work? Why didn't that work? Why was that uncomfortable? Etc., etc. That is how we move forward. Remember, it's Cancer, so it's emotion, so it's, again, linked to this same energy. All divine feminine energies at the top row here, all about your understanding, all linked to your moon, your inner wisdom. All these 3 cards, because obviously we know we've got water, we've got Capricorn. Capricorn is a feminine sign, and this is Capricorn's energy. I am a Capricorn, the devil. I am the devil. And this is a beautiful energy, because what the true before it got warped, and you can look at that on my Instagram. I can't show you now because I'm on airplane mode and I can't get onto me. You can't see the posts. That's my friend. Hang on, he'll be happy. But you can't see my posts because I'm not but anyway, go on Instagram if you want. Anyway, but what I say about the devil card, before it got twisted, and I give you the sort of the origins, if you will, of the imagery of the devil, where that came from traditionally, way back. So you can find that post still on my Instagram or Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. Anyway, I digress. So, slavish commitment to our responsibilities that leads to our transformation. That is the energy of the devil. That is what the energy of the devil is. So this is why people use the boring stereotype of Capricorns being ambitious, or Capricorns being, wanting to strive ahead and wanting to create security. Yes, they do. Under this energy, that's what we're all wanting to do. We're all trying to create stability. And to create true stability, it demands both our divine masculine and our divine feminine. You see the pattern here? Our divine masculine and our divine feminine. Do you see the pattern here? This is on the Lovers card too. What there needs to be is an understanding of how this is hurting me. Holding on to these feelings of lack, holding on to the previous experiences that hurt me so badly, holding on to, well, I'm never going to have that, holding on to, well, they're always letting me down, holding on to all that. It's painful. It's difficult. We end up with less. We end up more angry. That's good. Because what the anger does, what it says, because at some point then Eve steps in and she goes, your divine feminine steps in, she goes, do you know what? At first she's like, okay, we'll stick it out. We'll stick it out. We'll stick it out. We're earning money, or we're earning enough, or we've got enough, or we're all right. We'll keep going. It's uncomfortable. We're not too bad, Eve says. So you keep doing the same thing externally, you keep applying the same actions, and then eventually you go, do you know what? Listen, we ain't doing this no more. We ain't doing this no more. That's what Eve says, She says, we ain't doing this no more, You're going to have to come up with some different actions, because I ain't staying down here chained to all this stuff. Now, that's the beauty of the devil energy. The reason people call it toxic and all that stuff is because it takes sometimes that level of discomfort for us to change, for us to actually change our actions. It takes that level of discomfort. It takes that level of discomfort. And remember, this is number 6. Number 6 is about appreciation. Number 6 on the Tree of Life, beauty. Beauty is about the appreciation. Beauty is about, can we look at this and appreciate the benefit of this experience? Can we look at this and appreciate the benefit of what that taught me? Yes, you can with the devil energy. Yes, you can with all these energies. So now all of us are at the point, or you are at this point now, because you're coming to this video where you're like, do you know what it is? Yeah. I need to recognize that this is what's happening. I need to recognize that this discomfort, that me still feeling like I'm worthless and I've got nothing and I'm never any good. I've told myself that for so long. It's time to do something different, yeah. And that's what this energy shows, and that's what these energies show. So now, I've got a bit excited there, didn't I? So remember, all in the context of shifting our awareness, all in the context of realising that you might be in a situation that you think, do you know what, I'm all right, I've got enough, or I've got what I need, or I can manage, I can make it work. But in order to move forward, and in order to get the abundance that you want, you've got to recognise there's some discomfort there. And if you're not at that place yet, allow yourself to get to that place where you're uncomfortable. As I said, look at Meghan Markle and Harry. Just think, you've got a job. Say you work in a cafe, or you work as a teacher, or you work as, accountant, whatever it is you do as a job. And you hate your job, and you've hated your job, and you can't stand the people, and you can't stand. What will it take for you to leave that job? Would you just do it? Do you know what? I've had enough. No, forget it. No, you won't just leave. You'll stay, and you'll stay, and you'll stay, because even though it's uncomfortable, it gives me the money that I need. Even though it's uncomfortable, it gives me the status that I need. Even though it's uncomfortable, it gives me think about how much pain you have to feel before Eve says, do you know what? Yeah, we're out. We're going to US, love. I ain't sticking around for this. That level of discomfort. So yeah, if you're feeling it, feel it. If you're feeling this level of discomfort, good. Because it's only that that's going to change your mind. It's only that that's going to lead you. Yes, Tiny. You know when Tiny comes, you've got to listen. Here, come on, baby. Good boy. Yes, Tiny. It's only when we get to that, in it, Tiny. It's only when we get to that level of discomfort, Tiny, that we're going to do something about it, isn't it? You heard it here first. Okay, so now let's look at the next question, okay, that we're going to be at, that we're answering, okay? Helping us with our abundance, helping us to manifest abundance, helping us to release feelings of lack, helping us to overcome challenges. And that's what this area is about. How can we overcome challenges? And you know, I know what this card is, because look, I've got 2 sets of tarot cards, not because I'm a whatever, a miser or whatever. It's because this is really the only tarot card deck I use, because I'm a Reiki master, as I always say, and the energy is real. The forces are strong. So this is how many cards there are, 52 or 50. No, there's loads more than that. Anyway, however many cards are, that's the individual energies, and I have to understand and mindfully reflect on each individual energy. So it's a lot. So one deck's enough right now. But look, it's getting a bit tatty, because so I knew this was judgment, because that's when I shuffle. Anyway, so this next section is, how can we overcome challenges? Well, you better get real with yourself. That's what this card is. You better get real with yourself. That's what you need to do. This is about a revelation, is judgment. Right, I'm getting excited. Okay, so we've got a judgment. Right, I nearly cried then, because when I was doing the meditation yesterday, doing your Reiki session yesterday, preparing the Reiki session, it said number 5, and the 5th card, really, the card in the centre, when I was doing the meditation last night, is the card that we're going to activate the Reiki. So it's the card when the Reiki is activated. So, and then we've got the Page of Wands. So just without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just quickly how you can connect with this Reiki. I'll do it for you now if you want to. Obviously, you do not have to receive this Reiki, okay? And that's absolutely fine if you don't want to receive it. And you would just need to read the first part, or repeat the first part of this phrase to yourself, of this commitment, okay, that you're about to make. So you can, as I said, enjoy this Reiki at any time. I'm going to activate it now. I'm going to explain how you can activate it at the time when you want it. If you want to receive this Reiki now, you could just ask for that now, okay? And vice versa if you don't. Okay, so to receive healing and Reiki, this is what you need to say, okay? I'm going to say it for you now. I am ready to commit to receiving abundance. I welcome in Reiki to assist in my healing in this space. The commitment that you make opens the door to your awareness. You invite yourself to be moved, to engage fully, and be mindful of your actions, experiences, and responses to your finances, or to your ability to manifest and create the abundance you desire. Okay, so if you don't want to receive Reiki, obviously just read you can just remember the mantra of, I am ready to commit to receiving abundance. I am ready to commit to receiving abundance. I am ready to commit to receiving abundance. And that is all you need to say. If you're wanting to welcome in Reiki, I am ready to commit to receiving abundance. I welcome in Reiki to assist in my healing in this space. So for those of us, once I start talking about the Ace of Cups, will be activated your Reiki for those of you that want it now. And as I said, you can, if not, you can just be in a comfortable space and you can activate that Reiki at your leisure and whenever you want to do that. Okay, so I love this, the headlines of the headline of this. Oh my God. So this is, how can you overcome challenges? How can you overcome challenges? You see what's happening here. You see what's trying to come through. I see differently to you. So I see the energy, I see the cards and the pictures like you see, but I also see, don't ask me what that means, because I can't tell you, because it's not, I also see the energies. And what I see here is a bursting through. I see here a new growth, like this is trying to move you to this. It's like your actions and responding to your actions and your discomfort and responding to your discomfort is trying to elicit this emotional beginning, this new beginning where you are fully awake to your desires. You are fully awake to your power, and you are fully awake to your ability to manifest. But something comes before this. and it's the judgment energy. Okay, so judgment energy number 2, or number 20 really, but number 2 in numerology. And number 2 is all about commitments, partnerships, balance, duality. It's all about cooperation. It's all about an understanding on both sides. Now, when we have a number 2, again, it's about this commitment. And with judgment, there's a 0, obviously, because it's got a 0. And I always think about a 0 as a portal or an opportunity, or it's like having one foot in the present and one foot in the future, or one foot in the past and one foot in the future, if that makes sense. That's why I think of the 0, the portal. So this is where I am now, and this is where I want to be. And we're in both. We're in that space, at those spaces at the same time with the 0. That's why I call it a portal, because you have to commit to, or I have to commit when I receive a number 10 or a number 7, or a number 20. I have to commit, and you have to commit to this opportunity, this opening that presents itself. And with judgment, the new and the opening that presents itself with judgment is the awareness that it brings. Judgment, we're asking, how can we overcome challenges? And this is about revolutionary experiences, revolutionary knowledge, like you, as in you gaining knowledge or understanding or wisdom that absolutely transforms the way that you see yourself, the way that you think of yourself, the way that you perceive your strength. This is something that can completely change your identity for yourself in your mind. And remember, that's what this card is about here. It's about, we've got to change our perspective in some way with number 5. We've got to change what we're thinking, what we're saying, that those two things have got to match up. This card indicates that to overcome your challenges, ultimately, you've got to get real with yourself. And I have this experience absolutely myself. It's taken a full week, for me to prepare for this reading for you. I'm recording this on a Friday, and I've been preparing this reading since Monday. And it's taken, and I was like, I wanted to do it on Wednesday, and I realised it's because I had to go through this myself for this area, for manifestation, for manifesting abundance, for releasing feelings of lack. The reason I can be so specific in the you might say, you might never have seen one of my videos, you might not follow me, whatever, you just literally randomly come across this video, and you might be like, oh my gosh, like this is really like where I am. Like how does she know this? Like how is she like how is she doing this? I mean, it isn't magic. It ain't magic. It's mindfulness. Do you know what? That's going on a t-shirt. Once we get to 100,000 subs, people, we'll get the merch out. That's going on a t-shirt. It ain't magic. It's mindfulness. Oh my God, I'm so writing that down. That's well done. Anyway, but ultimately, that's all it is. I have to really fully, as I said, experience these energies. So currently, we're being affected by the issues of abundance, and we're being affected by what are you going to create? What are you going to make? What are you going to do? What lessons have you? Show me what you've learned. That's what astrologically we're all facing, and it's all around that space of our 3rd chakra. It's all around that space of our power center, our self-confidence, self-esteem, and ability to manifest. It's all around this space this month. But you could come here at any time. So for me, when I have these experiences, when it's the month of manifestation, I have to experience the energies. I live mindfully. It ain't magic, it's mindfulness. So that's why I can tell you, that's why I can be so specific about what's going on in your life. And you might think she's being presumptuous. You can think that, but do you really mean that? Okay, so I'll give you an example of judgment, okay? An example of judgment, you see judgment on soap operas, on reality TV all the time. The soap opera, for example, it's like, you bet when someone finds out that the best friend and has been having an affair with the husband for the last 20 years, or when they find out that your dad's not really a dad, your mum lied, or whatever. I mean, what I'm talking about is that I'm not saying that's going to happen. Obviously, I'm saying that they're examples of things that would literally change your world. It would literally like, oh my God, as if that's been going on for 20 years and I didn't know, or as if that's not really my mum, or as if I was adopted, or whatever it is. Obviously that's not going to happen for people. This is all about abundance. But I'm saying, as an example of judgment, it's that type of literally revolutionary information that you get, that you receive, that you find out, that you understand, that you get to this place of understanding that absolutely completely revolutionizes how you see yourself, how you see your ability to manifest. And that's what we see here. We see that you get this piece of information, or you get this, that you have this revelation for yourself. We see that this happens. How this comes about potentially could be because you're spending a lot of time in your emotional body. When you're in your emotional body, or the cup's energy, I'll be honest, it's not pleasant to experience physically. If you are someone who's sensitive like me, you will experience it on a mundane level. You experience it as an illness, flu-like symptoms potentially. What it is, it's a way that you're, for your divine feminine to be sort of in charge and in control, your divine masculine can't do nothing. Yeah, so that's why we get ill, or that's why we're not able to leave the house, or we're isolated, for example. That's because the divine masculine does stuff all the time, goes out. So when the divine feminine's like, do you know what, yeah, give me a minute, let me work this out, Adam's on his back, yeah, Adam's chilling. So that might mean, so that's what always happens when you spend a lot of time in cups energy. So that you might experience illness or whatever, but it might be that isolation or that time away from work or whatever it is that gives you that moment of reflection, to allow you to engage with your emotional self, to allow you to have this revolutionary moment that's going to do this for you. Woo! I could cry because I could see this when I was shuffling the cards I could see this card. Not physically, obviously, but I could see it. And I thought it was going to be on the bottom of the reading. So that's hilarious that we had this. Anyway, it's hilarious to me and my mindful self. Okay, it hit magic, it's mindfulness. Guys, man, you better buy that t-shirt, you know. You heard it here first, people. Key Wisdom Tarot. Okay, so it hit magic, it's mindfulness. Okay, anyway, look at this. Do you know what it's saying to you? How do I overcome the challenge of not being able to manifest? You got to get real with yourself about why you are not currently manifesting the things that you want. Let me say that again. If you want to overcome the challenges of lack, you have got to understand why your current approach, your current action isn't manifesting the results that you want. It's either because you're going in a direction that doesn't feel right, doesn't feel like you're in this situation you're in this job even though you hate it, you're in this relationship even though you don't want to be, you have all these friends even though you don't want all these friends, or you have no friends even though you don't want no friends, or whatever it is. You're in this situation and you don't really want to be in this situation. And again, it's that, well, why am I keep doing the same thing? Well, it doesn't feel good, you know. I can do it for a bit. And you're getting to the point where you have to start, as I said right at the beginning, you've got to connect what you're doing, what you're saying, yeah, and how you're feeling. Them two things have got to be the same. So you're saying, oh, I'm happy being on my own. I'm happy having no money. I'm happy being rich. I'm happy whatever it is I'm happy having no friends. I'm happy being lonely. You're saying that. But you don't feel that. That's the Five of Swords. Get that stuff together, love. Because if you don't get real with yourself with the judgment energy, which you will after this reading to tell you that, and you will after your Reiki session tell you that, but you've got to get real with yourself, because it's that brings about this Ace of Cups. It's that brings about this new emotional beginning. And what do we get after this new emotional beginning? This overwhelming feeling physically, as a Reiki master, when I physically experience this energy. Remember, number ones are about beginnings, fresh starts, initiations, luck, seemingly spontaneous eruptions of new. That's what an ace represents. It's like how language, as in speaking, we have language, obviously you speak, language that we have, that it spontaneously developed in two different places at the same time. I mean, how cool is that? Anyway, I won't go into a history lesson. I do love history. I got an A in history at GCSE. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so it's that brings about this new energy, this spontaneous new energy. And look what the new energy, so you know it's about engaging with your awareness. So you know it's about engaging with your emotional self. Now look, Page of Wands. This is what it leads to, this new emotional beginning, overcoming challenges. This is like, you've got to do, you've got to move, you've got to keep going, you've got to respond to your instincts. That's what this energy represents. It represents taking action on your instincts, moving with your instincts, following your instincts, following your pull. Even if the pull is to stay in the job that you hate, to stay in the relationship that you hate, that's fine. Because that situation, even if it becomes toxic, again, it's the discomfort ultimately that's going to release you from the change. It's the slavish commitment to the responsibility that's going to release you from the chains. You don't have to pretend to be some ice queen or an ice king. You don't have to pretend to be some ice queen just because you're the boss at work and you now you don't have no friends and no one likes you and you think no one likes you. You don't have to pretend to be that person. You don't have to pretend to be that person. If you have to pretend to continue for a little bit, then do it if that's what your impulse is telling you. Because ultimately, that's going to lead you to act differently, to move differently. The one energy is related to your life force, your ki, your chi. You've heard those terms before. Yin and yang. That's energy, if you will. That's chakra. That's this Reiki symbol for earth energy. I'm an earth sign, earth energy, love it, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, healing. So that energy is what's represented by the wands, okay? Pages of divine masculine, so they're all about the actions that we take moving forward. Okay, I wanted to have this reading about 40 minutes long, but I've talked. See, who knew therapy could be so fun, eh? And we're learning how to manifest. So now, this is the last question. Where is my current path leading? Or where is your current path leading? Hallelujah. 8 of Cups. 6 of yes. Six of Swords. And oh my... I could cry right now, people. I could cry right now. Because look up where we're at. Look up where engaging with how you feel about where you are, how you feel about what you're currently doing. That's what you need to do to manifest. How do I really feel about what I'm currently doing? About how my current situation of lack is affecting me? What am I doing? Well, this is what responding to those feelings, this is what it brings you. It gives you this, first of all, which is finally walking away from the difficult, from the heavy, emotional, karmic cycle that this lack has made us store, has made us create within our bodies. The things that we've held on to because we've not had enough money, because we've not had enough friends, because no one likes us, because we've not had enough recognition. You think it's sort of, in a way, this is 5 of Swords, we kind of be like, well, listen, I don't deserve, like, people to like me or people to respect me. Like, I don't, like, no one deserves, like, you know, no one deserves to be praised, or no one deserves that. Like, if those people look, and that, all it does is store up. You do. Everyone deserves to be loved. What this card literally means glory. It means victory and celebration and you being victorious, but it also means glory, i.e. people around going, yes, queen, yes, you did good, babe, you did good. That's an archetypal energy of life, baby. An archetypal energy of reality. You don't have to feel guilty for nature. Nature is what teaches us, people. So you're allowed to feel like you matter, and you're allowed to behave like you matter, and you're allowed to do things in your life to show yourself that you matter. Because it's only engaging I tell you what, this is why I'm a Capricorn. This is why I tell you, people, engage with the discomfort, baby, because that is what's going to lead to your savior, to your salvation. Yeah, I'm getting all preachy. But that's the truth. That's what I'm telling you. 8s are about the number of karma. So they're linked to emotional, it's linked to cycles that we go through. Cycles, that's what number 8's linked to. Experiences that we've had, cyclical experiences. Experiences that are trying to teach us. Experiences that are trying to help us to grow our awareness. That's what all karma is about. And this is emotional. So it's about emotional experiences, and it's about walking away from those emotional experiences toward the things that you want, toward your 9 of Cups, toward your wish fulfillment. look at what we get also. You've listened, so you're listening. I mean, I love how this is beneath the surface as well. You know, we've got the world card there just hiding, because that's exactly what we're entering. We're entering a brand new world. We're getting out of this energy where we're telling ourselves, it's okay that I don't have enough. It's okay that I'm not that happy. It's okay that I don't have that many friends. Listen, love, you can live with discomfort for so long, but eventually you have to notice that discomfort. So you ain't doing anything wrong by being bad with money all these years, or by not having no friends all these years, or by having whatever it is you're doing that you think you don't have enough of. You ain't doing anything wrong, but you're in that situation now where if I want to change it, how do I change it? Well, how you change it is you start listening to yourself. You start listening to how does it make you feel to be in the situation that you're in. How does it make you feel to be in the situation that you're in, Eve? Well, you know, I feel all right. Do you? Okay, well, I'll keep doing the same thing. And eventually she'll say, do you know what? Yeah, you take a seat. Yeah, Adam, let's have some time off work, you know, and let me sort stuff out. Let me get us away from this stuff. Because let's have this new emotional beginning. Let's move on, move forward. Remember what I said about number 6? In fact, we've got 666. Oh my gosh, I love when that happens. 666, baby. I always like to read you the 666 because I can't remember off the top of my head. I write so many posts. 666, 3 6s, 6. This is about manifestation, right? This reading. What does that say? Can you see? 3 6s equals gain. Okay, gain. Gain. This is about manifestation. This is about creating, building, having the life that we want. So when we have 3 6s, we know it's about gain. We know we're about to have things come back to us. We're going to be able to achieve things, have things come to us. You're going to be able to achieve the manifestation. That's what this is telling me. It's telling us, it's telling you that if I engage in my feelings, and this is the therapy bit. This is the therapy bit, people. You've got to do stuff. Yeah. You've got to notice the discomfort. You've got to engage with your emotional self. You do that. What does it lead you to? It leads you to revelations. It leads you to thinking and understanding, wow, you know, that discomfort's too much now. Let me move forward in the way that I want to move. Let me move away from the heavy emotional energy of lack. Let me recognize the significance of those experiences, what it taught me about myself. I wasn't being true. I didn't think I was worthy enough to have the things that I want. I didn't think I was powerful enough to be able to manifest and create the things that I want. Now I do. Now I understand that with the 6 of Swords. And not only do you understand that, you can feel that. You feel the pleasure and the happiness and the joy and the passion that this brings into your life. You feel inspired and alive by your revelation. And you also feel like, I know how to think about what the number 7 of wands is when you're holding that wand. Everything's coming at you and you're holding that wand. This is because I know what I want to do now. I know how to move forward. I know how to apply my energy I know how to use and to apply my energy eventually, because Eve takes over. I know how eventually to move and to get the glory that I want, and to get the gifts that I want, and to bring in the abundance that I want to bring in. Okay, my darlings, I absolutely love that reading for us all, for you as an individual right now. Remember, the therapy part of this is what you're going to do. What are you going to do, love? You're going to engage with what you're feeling. You're going to respond to how you're feeling. You're going to react to how you're feeling. And you're going to let that be the thing that moves you. Engage with your feelings and let that bring about, okay, this is how I feel about my current situation. Let me think about, this is how I feel about my current situation. How does that change? How's that going to now change my approach? It's going to allow me to move away from the feelings of lack that I've had, release the feelings, the energy of lack, the anger of not having enough, of not having no friends, of not having the recognition. And it's going to let me see that even though I experienced that and it was intense, actually now I know how I want to move forward, and I know how to 666 gain. Okay? And to manifest. My darlings, I hope you love that reading. I'll be doing your next tarot therapy at the beginning of April. Next week, I start on your love stories for each individual signs. You can still check out your sun, moon and stars, your in-depth intuitive reading for March into the first week of April for all signs as well. I'll link both of those playlists to the end of this video. Don't forget you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot. Oh, I can come off airplane mode now. Don't forget you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram. I hate the Bluetooth thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate it. You can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram. This is my Instagram. And I actually just put up yesterday this post all about the month of March and like how it affects us, and actually my story's pretty good actually. Anyway, so you can check all this out on my Instagram, so head over there if you're not on Instagram yet, or Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, because it will really help a lot of people at any time in their life, but especially now. I hope you like the reading, my darlings. Stay tuned for more. Have a wonderful March. Have a wonderful time manifesting and releasing all that energy of like. And I will see you all again very soon. Well, next week, actually, with your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.